Hey folks, in this video we're going to be mixing some feed on a small scale for our chickens and our hogs. We'll show you how we do that, and we're going to be cooking some steaks with some chimichurri sauce, and we're working to expand our little hog pen for a couple more feeders that we're bringing in a little bit later in the week. So stay tuned and check it out. Okay folks, I'll show you the ingredients that I'm putting in this feed. This barrel has got whole wheat in it. This barrel has soybean meal. This barrel has cracked corn. And this barrel has got some mineral. This is just some all stock mineral or beef mineral. I'm going to put that in this chicken and hog feed. It's got things that they all need, and this last barrel is the one that I'll be putting it in to mix it. What I'm using to do this with is just a 3-quart scoop, and I'm going to do 6.5 parts cracked corn, 2 parts of soybean meal, and 1.5 parts of wheat. And then I'll put just a little bit of my mineral in there, and I'll do it in small batches so that I can stir it until I get my barrel full. We'll do 6.5 scoops of cracked corn, 2 scoops of this soybean meal, and we'll do 1.5 scoops of the whole wheat. I'm going to mix in just a little bit of this mineral for each batch that I do. I'm stirring this up with a 2x4. I think I'm going to invest in a boat oar or a paddle or something. This is not ideal, but this is what I've got laying around to work. So maybe you've got something better to do it with. I'll just give this a little bit of a mix. And I'll do it a little bit at a time so that I can mix it pretty well. This is not the best way, but this works for us right now. Just working with what we've got. This is what it's going to look like once you start mixing it. And we've probably done close to 50 pounds here so far of it. One thing that I think we'll invest in the future is an electric grinder to use to grind this up a little bit more for the hogs. The chickens, they can eat it at this size, and the hogs do too, but I think it kind of sticks to the hogs a little better if you grind it up a little finer. Get it, boy. Ralphie's getting him a belly rub. That's what he lives for. That and playing fetch. Got a couple potatoes in the oven. We put a little bit of olive oil on them and some salt and just bake them directly on the rack. Skin comes out really crispy. What we've got here is a couple little small New York strip steaks that we're going to cook on the Weber kettle. I'll go ahead and get those seasoned up and ready for the grill. What we like to do to ours is drizzle them with just a little bit of oil before I put it on the grill. That gives it a good sear, in my opinion, and it helps the seasoning to stick to it good. And I'm going to just use some Lawry's garlic salt, pretty liberal amount on these. And then I'm going to hit them with a little bit of fresh ground black pepper. Turn them over and do the same thing on the other side, and these will be ready to go. Alright, it's time to flip these guys over. We'll let them go just a little long, but they're okay. We'll get them good and seared on that side, and we'll take them inside. I'm also going to do some fried mushrooms. I've got some portobello soaking in some buttermilk and some hot sauce. In this bowl, I've got 4 parts flour to 1 part cornstarch. I'm just going to season that with some Tony Chachere's. Give this a little mix. Into the breading, a couple at a time. Some hot oil. Fry until they're golden brown. Alright, we've got those ready. The steaks have been resting with a little bit of butter on them, and we'll check everything else out. I think we're just about ready to eat. Hey folks, we've got it finished, and I'm going to take a little bite of this steak with this chimichurri sauce and just see how it tastes. That is delicious. This is how I water these guys. I've got this barrel with a nipple in it, and it seems to be working pretty good so far. Let's see how much water they've got. Need to add a little bit, looks like. Folks, this little setup we've got here is temporary. We're finishing out these 2 hogs, which have got a processing date in April. They're not far out. The next 2 that we're bringing here this week, they will be finished in this little pen. The next ones are going up on that hill. You can't see it from here, but there's a flat spot up there. And I've got somebody coming with a dozer pretty quickly. They're going to build me a road to get up there so that I can get my truck or tractors up and down the hill and get the pigs, of course, up and down. We'll build some permanent pens and shelters, and actually planning to build a farrowing barn up there. I've got to run water and electricity eventually. That's all in the future. Hopefully a lot of that will happen this year, and I'll keep you posted on that.